Dimensions. This lesson is very cool. We will take you on a journey through dimensions of time and space. We will show you how to picture things in your mind impossible for most. For example, we live in a three-dimensional world. Everything in our 3D world has a length, width, and height. We move up, down, left, right, diagonally. But are there other dimensions? Is there some other way we can move that we don't know about? What would that even be like? Can you picture something in your mind with 4 dimensions? How about a 5-dimensional world? Is that even possible? It is. And we will show you how to take your 3-dimensional mind and visualize and make sense of multi-dimensional worlds. To do that, we must start with some basic geometry and work our way into the other dimensions. In geometry, the dot above is known as a point. It has no length, width, or height. It has 0 dimensions. If you connect 2 points, you now have a line. A line has 1 dimension. Let's call it length. It is easy to see nothing in our 3D world could exist in just 1 dimension. The familiar shapes pictured in image 62 in the PDF are also known as planes, and they take us into a 2-dimensional world. Planes have length and height. When we draw, we make 2-dimensional representations of things in our 3D world. To enter the 3D world, we must add width. Now we have length, height, and width, and that brings us into the universe we are all familiar with. The picture in image 63 in the PDF is a 2D picture, but your mind is interpreting it as 3D. Remember that. That will be very important as we progress in this lesson. Now here's where things get a little different. Are you ready to move into the 4th dimension? Well, it's not quite that simple. The first 3 dimensions involve a direction in space. The 4th dimension involves time. To make sense of this, we need to go back to Albert Einstein and discuss what he called space-time. Albert Einstein showed that space and time are inseparable. You cannot have one without the other. We are living in a 4-dimensional universe. We have 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. Do you remember in past lessons when we talked about events? Consider a birthday party. To get to that birthday party, you not only have to know where it is in the 3 dimensions of space, but you also have to know when in time, the 4th dimension, the party will be. If any information is missing, you are probably not going to make it to that party. We function daily using 4 dimensions. Let's now look at a cool way of seeing the 4th dimension of time. Consider the cube in image 64 in the PDF. Although it is really a 2D image, it looks 3D to you. Think of the cube as the entire 3D universe. But you can also picture yourself outside the cube looking into the universe. This is the first step to getting to 4D. Now let's think of the cube as some event. Let's use the birthday party example again, and let's say it starts at 1 p.m. October 18th, 2050. Picture yourself outside the cube looking in and watching the birthday party event. It is easy to see the 4D event going on in space, but what about time? To picture that, let's stack some cubes. The stacking of the cubes represents a progression in time. View the bottom cube, you can witness the party around 1 o'clock. View the middle cube, you can witness the party around 2 o'clock. View the top cube, and you can witness the party around 3 o'clock. Picture yourself in the circle outside the boxes. You can move around in that circle any way you want. You can move back and forth between the boxes and see what is going on. You can see 1 o'clock, then 3, and back to 1, then 2. You are moving through time. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. We need to discuss space-time more. Space-time combines space and time. They are inseparable. The cubes you are looking at are both space and time. We live in a 4D world, 3 space and 1 time. This means the next dimension up from us is the 5th dimension, which is the 4th spatial dimension, but we said time was the 4th dimension. So now we could say time is the 5th dimension, 4 space and 1 time. So how do we picture that? Introducing the tesseract, also known as a hypercube. Picture the smaller cube in the center to be our entire 4D universe, from the beginning of time till the end. Remember, our time is not separable from our space. Picture yourself stepping out of the smaller cube and finding yourself inside the larger cube. You could now move anywhere you want in the larger cube to observe any point on the smaller cube. This means you can see any event in space and time in our universe, from the beginning until the end of our universe. Think about that for a moment. You can view the end of the universe. So the end of the universe does not mean the end of everything, which means it does not mean the end of you. Our universe is now all one for you. There is only now. Everything and every time are right there for you now, to observe and experience however you wish. You are coming closer to the realm of your higher self and infinite intelligence.